We're here today to learn how we can stop apologizing and start leading with confidence. Hello, beautiful ladies. I'm Tammy, and I'm so glad you've chosen to share your time with me today. We've all been there. We've all seen her. That woman who stands tall, commands attention and respect, and owns the audience. She has confidence and leadership presence. In this session, we'll talk about why women apologize, debunk some of the myths around confidence, discuss simple tricks to build confidence. We'll learn how self-confidence will lead to success, and I'll leave you with some tools and resources. So be honest with yourself. How many of you beautiful ladies have already apologized to someone before joining me today? How about in the past 24 hours or the past week? Do you catch yourself saying, "I'm sorry" all the time? Maybe it goes something like this. "I'm sorry I was busy and I forgot to text you back. I'm so sorry I can't meet with you, but my calendar's full." Or maybe you accidentally bump into someone in the grocery store. "I'm sorry. I'm sorry I'm late, but I had to pick up my kids. I'm sorry. I have to reschedule our meeting." We all do it, and we don't even think about it. How many times have you not responded to an email in, say, maybe 24 hours, and you go back to your email and you realize you didn't respond, so you open it up, and the first thing you type is, "I'm sorry. Sorry I didn't get back to you earlier." I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Women apologize more than men because we have a much lower threshold on what we consider offensive. But apologizing can be an endless cycle. Once you start, you keep apologizing, often without even realizing you're doing it. And apologies can take many forms. Apologizing to appease. This is that, "Ooh, okay, I'm apologizing just so you will calm down." That's that kind of apology. Apologizing on demand. That's probably one of the most common types of apologies. It's kind of that, it's not a heartfelt apology. It's a response to a loud uproar. We often see celebrities doing this. Maybe the celebrity posted something out in a public forum or public platform, and they got some public backlash, so their publicist forced them to apologize. Apologizing without apologizing. That's a way of apologizing that isn't an apology at all, but it's meant to look like an apology, and it's done out of duty. That might sound something like, "I'm sorry if I hurt you." And when you apologize from guilt, it's coming from a feeling of caring or empathy, which is a slightly higher level of apology. For example, maybe you leave your purse in the middle of the floor and your significant other comes home and trips over it and ends up falling and getting hurt. Now you're apologizing because you know you shouldn't have left it there, but you did. And now the person got hurt, so you're feeling bad and you're feeling guilty. Apologizing to be polite. Some women apologize as a way of showing courtesy or to gain approval for how nice they are. And these women, they tend to apologize for everything. And when you apologize from love, it's coming from a place of truly loving and caring about another person. You're able to empathize with that person, put yourself in their shoes. You have an accurate sense of how the other person might feel. Do you ever find yourself in a conversation like this? Maybe you started the conversation, or maybe you're the person who's the recipient. But it goes something like this. "I'm sorry. Stop saying I'm sorry." "Okay, I'm sorry." Over apologizing can kill your confidence. It dilutes the confidence that others might have in us. It undermines our authority, can negatively impact our career, and it minimizes our presence and our contributions. So how do we kick the apology habit? One of the ways that we can do that is through self-awareness. For example, maybe keep a log for a week and write down each time you say or write the word sorry, I'm sorry. If you happen to use email a lot and you find yourself writing frequently through email to colleagues or friends or family, Gmail actually has a cool plugin called Just Not Sorry. It's a plugin that scans your email for words that undermine your message. And keep in mind, those words might not always be sorry or I'm sorry. And we'll talk about that on the next page when we talk about changing our vocabulary. But keep that in mind, it's a great tool. And when you're thinking about apologizing, ask yourself, are you truly sorry? Did you do something wrong? And as you keep that log, pay particular attention to any trends or triggers, such as certain people or situations that you find cause you to over apologize. And pause before you apologize. Consider, is it really necessary? So another way to kick that habit is to change your vocabulary. So now that you've kept that log for a week, let's talk about how we can position ourselves to lead with confidence through our choice of words. Simple changes in how you say something can go a long way in building confidence. The words and phrases you choose can dilute or it can promote confidence. So say you're wanting to talk to your boss about your career path. And you approach your boss and say, I hate to bother you, but do you have time to discuss my career path? So when you approach somebody like this, what happens is you immediately put the other person in control. You're giving away your power. Another way to say it might be, when you have a minute, I would like to discuss my career path with you. Accept that what you have to say is important and your time is just as valuable as anyone else's. Another one here is, I'm worried. I'm really worried about the direction of this project. Another way to say this might be, I have some concerns about the direction of this project. Because when you express worry, it shows that you fear a negative outcome, or maybe you're overthinking it. Focus on the solution, not the problem. If you go to my website, tammydrost.com, there's a free quick reference tool called Changing Your Vocabulary to Lead with Confidence that you can download. It's on the home page, and if you scroll about maybe 2/3 of the way down, you'll see a blue box with that title in it, and you can easily download it. Keep it as a quick reference tool. It's a great tool to have if you're not comfortable with changing your vocabulary. Get you in the habit of doing that, and pretty soon it becomes the norm. So keep that handy. It has a lot of different phrases and words that you can avoid, as well as suggestions in how to change that mindset. When you're deliberate in how you express yourself and direct in how you communicate, your skills start to shine. And when you start to shine, you begin to feel more confident, and you naturally start to be perceived as a leader and trusted authority. Justifying is that dreaded double apology. You start with an unnecessary apology, and then you justify why you did or didn't do something. So while you may have to support your decisions with some research or statistics or business methodology that back up your decision, what you don't need to do is explain yourself. You don't owe an explanation to anyone for the choices or decisions that you make. Confidence starts from within. And when you start to build confidence, you begin to realize the value that you bring. So let's talk about some myths around confidence, as well as the reality I have, here we have 10 myths that we'll talk about. And then we'll talk about what the reality is around those perceptions. So number one, I'm confident. If I'm confident, I won't feel fear or anxiety. It's normal to experience a fight or flight response. How many of us have felt this at some point in our life? Feeling fear, anxiety, or being nervous is a normal reaction to putting yourself out there. Taking a risk or trying something new, it's also a sign that we are doing something that matters to us. Another one is you're confident or you aren't. While some of us naturally have more confidence than others, we can all grow our confidence. Confidence increases as we take risks, try new things, and develop new skills. How confident we feel on any given day is going to vary based on our experiences. And even the most confident women experience periods of self-doubt. Self-doubt, it's okay because it serves as a catalyst to grow, learn, and ultimately it propels us to put more energy into specific areas of our life. Only one kind of confidence exists. Well, if you're an extrovert, you might be assertive, outspoken. You might be comfortable in a broad range of situations. You probably thrive on public speaking. While an introvert's style might be more low-key, the introvert is often quietly confident. They might have strong values, know what they stand for. They gain respect through solid skills, caring communication. And they often have a more modest self-presentation. But it's important to understand and know that both introverts and extroverts can learn to be successful, effective, and confident leaders. Myth number 4, I need confidence to tackle important projects and initiatives. As we begin to do what matters, meet our goals, and experience success, our confidence is naturally going to grow. If I accomplish great things, I will get the confidence that I desire. It's not just the big wins. It's also the small things that we each do every day and we do well. While extraordinary achievements such as being named Women of the Year might be fantastic, the reality is that it's not going to happen to most of us. So accept those small wins, embrace them. Criticism and negative feedback will destroy my confidence. It's important to recognize that the difference between negative feedback that is designed to bring us down versus constructive feedback that builds us up and helps us learn and grow. How many of us have experienced that bully at work or that troll on social media? Social media is terrible for bullying and just nasty people. Think about how that made you feel. And also remember and remind yourself that these people have no place in your life. When feedback is coming from a place of caring and genuinely wanting to help you, listen to it and embrace it with an open mind. Let the person know you appreciate their input, you hear them, and you'll think about it. Then ask yourself, could you learn something from your feedback? Could you benefit from doing something a different way? Is their advice valid? Self-criticism gives me the confidence to reach my goals. If you have a ruthless inner critic, and many of us do, it's essential to recognize when you're being too tough on yourself. You're human and coping with challenges just like everyone else. Instead, use your inner voice to prop yourself up, encourage yourself. It's okay to tell yourself that you did your best or that you learned from your mistakes and will use that knowledge to do better next time. I have to be perfect before I can feel confident. Too often women believe that to open a business, apply for a job, or get a promotion, that they have to meet 100% of the qualifications. Well, you might be surprised to learn that men, they aim for 60% of the qualifications. So don't let something like perfectionism hold you back. Strive for excellence, strive for perfect imperfection. Failures and mistakes erode confidence. When you believe that failures and mistakes prove that you cannot do a job, you're likely to resist new challenges and get stuck in your comfort zone. Failures and mistakes are a part of learning, not disasters. Everyone makes mistakes. Embrace them and understand that it's okay to make a mistake. It's also okay to say, I don't know. And last but least, if I become too confident, I will turn into a selfish narcissist. Oh boy. Well, numerous studies have actually shown that women who see themselves as better than average are happier, they're more social, and often they're more physically healthy than their humbler peers. The need to feel special is totally normal. Each of us is entitled to be respected and recognized for our hard work and achievements. Talking about your accomplishments, tooting your own horn, it's not shameless self-promotion, unless, of course, you do overdo it. So just be conscious of that. Don't overdo it, but celebrate your success. When you break out of your comfort zone, amazing things begin to happen. So to build self-confidence, one of the best places to start is within yourself. And self-awareness. Identify your likes and dislikes. Know what you want out of life and understand how past experiences have shaped the person that you are today. Sometimes that's hard for some of us. Sometimes, we get so involved with the, daily life that we don't stop and think about what really makes us tick or who we really are. So on the left of this page, you'll see that there's a personality test. Take the quiz. It might be interesting to find out some things. Self-care. I can't stress this enough. If you can't take care of yourself, you can't take care of anyone else. Think about when you're flying on a plane and the flight attendant tells you, she's giving the instruction, she or he is giving the instruction and telling you, if the oxygen mask comes down, put it on yourself before you put it on your children. Because you can't take care of your children if you can't take care of yourself. And when you take way too much on, it's not sustainable and you quickly become stressed and overwhelmed. It's okay to ask for help when you need it. And respecting yourself. When you trust yourself, you learn new skills to become more assertive. You stand by your decisions, and when you stand by those decisions, others begin to trust you too. Love yourself. Believe in your worth and care about your future. Doing this involves creating boundaries in relationships, celebrating your strengths, and learning to accept compliments. And when we talk about self-acceptance, acknowledge your limits, imperfections, and mistakes, and learn to effectively deal with criticisms. When you understand your threshold for stress, you start to develop self-compassion, and you begin to forgive yourself for mistakes. Question the norm. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to question the standard way of doing things or what you're told. It's okay to ask those questions. Maybe ask, can we do it a different way? Or why are we doing this? Or just say, this isn't working for me. It's okay to be assertive and suggest other ways of doing things or solutions. Set boundaries and stick to them. If a successful man isn't picking up his boss's coffee and lunch, neither should you. It's not your job. You know, if it's a special occasion such as a retirement or a birthday, that might be the exception to the rule. When you position yourself as an assistant, you begin to be perceived as one. And when you position yourself to be taken advantage of, you will be. Always lead with the positive. Be conscious of the fact that words mean something and they can hurt. How you say something makes a difference in how it's received. So if you're giving feedback, whether it's solicited or unsolicited, always start on a positive note and end on one. And set goals with a plan for success. If you go to tammydrost.com, on my homepage, you'll find SMART goals. It's about 2/3 of the way down, yellow box. But it's a template that can be downloaded. It helps you set goals, create an action plan, and track your success. And last but least, be conscious of how you look in your body language. Think about what you're wearing when you feel and look your most confident. And if you aren't sure, think about inviting a friend over and try on some power outfits. Change up your hairstyle. Play with some makeup combinations. And ask that friend or family member for feedback. Don't be shy about your power pose. Practice it in the mirror until it comes naturally. And always remember, stand tall, make eye contact, smile, and shake hands. When you begin to accept yourself for the beautiful woman that you are, confidence and happiness naturally flows. So, ways that confidence can lead to success. Confident women are assertive. They're willing to suggest alternatives, try new things, while others might sit pondering them. In turn, this can result in new and better processes, procedures, and solutions. When you stand up for yourself and you become your own best advocate, you create an environment where your voice is heard, you're respected, and you're treated fairly. And knowing when and how to say no prevents you from taking on unnecessary or inappropriate work, or committing to obligations that maybe you just don't have the time for. By saying no to things that are not in your best interest or that you're not passionate about, what begins to happen is you open yourself up to saying yes to things that you are passionate about. And when you say yes to things you're passionate about, you open the door to new opportunities, projects, and promotions. When you overcome your fear of failure, you push beyond your comfort zone and stop obsessing over what others think, you give yourself the gift of exploration, innovation, and success. And along the way, you might fail or make mistakes, but when you believe in yourself, you learn from those mistakes. You change things up and ultimately find a solution. Think about it. How many times did the Wright brothers fail before they finally took flight? Give yourself time. Let yourself make those mistakes, because eventually you're going to fly if you give yourself that chance. And when you set the bar high, you start with a foundation of success based on strong goals and a strategic plan. Stretching beyond your comfort zone increases what's possible. You're stronger and more capable than you even know. Confidence allows you to ask questions when others are silent. Confidence lets you apply for that job that maybe you only have 75% of the qualifications for. But remember, men only have 60% and they still apply. Also, confidence allows you to ask for that salary increase that you deserve. Or maybe go after that long overdue promotion. When you believe in yourself, you believe in winning, and you ultimately succeed. All the things we learned today can be applied in business and in your daily interactions. We learned how and when to apologize. We talked about myths versus the reality of confidence, 10 ways confidence leads to success, and I've shared some resources to help you along your journey. As a female entrepreneur, I love connecting with and supporting other women. The more we share our stories and the challenges we've overcome, the more we can help other women along their journey. To share those stories, I've begun to develop a series of interviews and podcasts that will appear on my blog and ultimately out on social media. So please check out tammydrost.com where you can sign up for my blog, download free resources, follow me on social media, or join my mailing list to receive news, special offers, and more. I'll also be launching some online programs and training in the near future. And if you have a story to share or questions, email me at asktammydrost.com. And you'll notice over here on the right side of the screen, you have some links to some tools that you might want to check out. The body language is a TED Talk by Amy Purdy. It's a pretty good TED Talk. So thank you for joining me today, and feel free to connect with me on social media. Take care.